Hey guys, Mix here, and in today's video we are doing something a little bit different. We are going to be working on my 2007 Kawasaki KLX 125. Now, some of you may have actually never even seen this bike before, and I've had this bike for, several years now. And as you can see, it is not in the best of shape currently, but by the end of this video, this thing should be looking and hopefully running for the first time in I don't even know how many years. Probably at least 2, maybe 3. I don't honestly remember the last thing I even did with this bike, but this morning I pulled this thing out of its resting place, and this thing unfortunately was left outside. I didn't have any room to put it anywhere, and I really do love this bike. Even though it's only a 125, it just rides really nice, has plenty of enough power to have some fun with it. But this thing was becoming one with earth. I mean, it had vines all wrapped around it. You can see that there was just like moss and everything growing on it. And with summer upon us, just about May now, time to get the bikes ready. So I have several dirt bikes, but this is gonna be the first one that we are going to try and revive. This thing could fire right up, or it could not. I honestly don't even know if it has gas in it. Alright, has a little bit. One thing that I do every time I let one of my bikes sit, it doesn't matter if I'm packing it away for the winter or if I'm just putting it away until the next day, is I always turn the petcock off and then let it run out of fuel. Last time I used this bike, hopefully I let all of it get out of there and burn off, but that's gonna be the first thing that I want to do, is try and see if we could get it to run. Ooh, guess we should probably check the oil too. Oh yeah, I forgot. It doesn't have a dipstick. So it's got a little window right there. Okay, yep, there we go. There's the oil. So we look good on level there. Probably wouldn't hurt to do an oil change on this once it's ran a little bit, but I am pretty sure it did have fresh oil in it last time I maintenanced it, but then again, that was several years ago, so I have no idea what kind of condition it is in now. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it. I'm gonna turn on the fuel. Oh boy. Oof. Okay. Fuel's on. We'll see if it even runs with this fuel, being that it is a couple years old. We'll give the engine, there it is, a couple slow cranks for sure. Make sure that there's no ridges in the cylinder from the piston rings or anything like that. Get the oil going in the bottom ends, and we'll try and fire this thing up. Doesn't really feel like there's any ridges or anything. Alright, let's see. No way! Oh boy, big fuel leak. So this thing just dumped a ton of fuel out. You can see it all sitting on there. Came out of the carb. Sorry, the lighting's kind of bad right now, but it came out of the carb. So the bowl is probably stuck, and that fuel does not smell good. I mean, it has a very big green tint to it, and when it was running, it wasn't running that great. The RPMs were like fluctuating and everything like that. It was bogging down. I had to just, play with the choke to keep it alive. So what I may do is just go ahead and pull off the carb and clean it anyway, and drain the fuel tank, put fresh fuel in there, and it'll probably run much better, and hopefully get rid of that leak that it has. And then once we do that and, get this thing to run, and we'll put it in gear and see how well it drives. Hopefully the brakes aren't sticking or anything like that. Then we'll go ahead and wash this thing, which I'm very excited for. Try and just peel off all of this nasty moss that's on it and get the colors to shine through those years of just junk piling on there. So with that being said, let's go ahead, dive into this carburetor, get that fuel tank drained out, and we'll put fresh gas in there and try running it once again. Alright guys, so the float bowl is off, and you can see all that junk down in that bowl. Definitely not too bad. I think if I definitely didn't do the whole like turn off the petcock and then let it die, thing, I think it definitely would have been way worse, but it should be a nice, easy clean. One other thing I'm gonna do, try and get it so the choke actually returns and I don't have to hold it down here like the whole time as it warms up. I should just be able to tighten this up just a hair, and then it should hopefully stick way better. Alright, so the carb is all back on. Everything is good to go. And as you can see right here, the choke now stays planted. And then once it doesn't need choke anymore, I'll just go ahead and just release it. It's little things that, you know, just make you happy. So what I want to do right now is go ahead, fire it up. And I actually want to lift it up and try and lubricate this chain a little bit. You could pull through a little bit. If I'm not mistaken, I think actually one of the last things we did to this was put on new sprockets and actually a new chain, unfortunately, which is now ruined. The sprockets still look really good though, so that's good at least. And one thing you can see with these gloves is you can see that tint on these with how bad that gas was. It was just, I'm actually surprised it burns with how bad it was. I haven't used this stand in forever. I remember it being very difficult to lift bikes up on it. Oh, okay, that wasn't too bad. Alright, I'm gonna click it in drive and let out the clutch slowly to get the rear wheel spinning. Let's try and lower this thing down. Alright, that was not smooth at all. I have the choke all the way out, as you can see. No leaks whatsoever. This thing's running really good, idling great. Alrighty guys, so the Kawasaki is running amazing. It's definitely looking much better. The green didn't clean up as good as I wanted it to, but I mean, it's just kind of fading. There's nothing you really do about that, besides maybe heating it up, which I have done before, and it does kind of work. The white looks amazing, the black looks amazing, the green on here looks amazing, but the front and rear fenders definitely need some work. The front plate definitely looks good as well. So let me go ahead and peel these off too. There we go, much better. But I am so stoked on how this thing is running and driving. I mean, it's shifting perfectly. It's running amazing. No more carb leaks. It's dry as a bone under there, so that's good, obviously. But all under here cleaned up really, really nicely. No more dirt and just moss and everything. All these little scuffs, you know, I don't really care about. It's a dirt bike. It's gonna get messed up anyway. But this is just kind of like a fun little video that I wanted to do of just reviving this thing, getting it ready for the summer, which I'm super hyped about. Definitely go for, hopefully try and go to more tracks this year and get better at riding dirt bikes. But if you guys like this style video of just kind of bringing back old toys that were featured on the channel like years ago, definitely let me know and we could do kind of like a revival series and hopefully keep them this way. Some of the bikes are luckier than this one. Most of them are kept inside, just besides this one, just because I'm running out of room. But definitely let me know if you guys like bringing these back. Maybe we could just do like a little series every now and then of getting these running and driving and just cleaned up a little bit. But anyway guys, I'm gonna be ending off this video here. Follow my social medias, they'll be on the outro of this video. Instagram and Snapchat I use the most. And once again, let me know how you guys like this style video, if I should bring back some old relics of the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment, tell your friends with the channel.